Hello everyone, welcome to Mastermind. So in this video, let us discuss about 5-year plans. So we all know that now we have a NITI Aayog, we do not have planning commission yet. But still you can find a lot of questions related to 5-year plans. So we'll discuss some points related to 5-year plans and planning commission, etc. Now, Planning Commission of India was established. I'll just write it as Planning Commission. Okay, so Planning Commission of India was established. Let us look at some factual points related to Planning Commission of India. Now, what was this? It was an advisory body. So if they ask you in the options if it was a constitutional body, no, it was not a constitutional body. It was non-constitutional and non-statutory body. It was just a advisory body. When was it established? It was established on 15th March. It was established on 15th March in 1950. 15th March 1950. Very, very important. Now, previously they were asking only about the year, but now they have started to ask about the dates also. So it is important for us to remember this also. Now, who was the chairman of Planning Commission? Prime Minister of India was ex officio chairman of Planning Commission. Now, what is ex officio? Ex officio means that automatically, for example, Vice President is ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. So, in order to be chairman of Rajya Sabha, there is no special thing or there is no special election. If a person is elected as Vice President, then they will automatically become the chairman of Rajya Sabha. So similarly, Prime Minister is ex officio chairman of Planning Commission. That is, if a person becomes Prime Minister, then automatically they are the chairman of planning. If a person becomes Prime Minister, then automatically they are the chairman of Planning Commission. Now, when did the first 5-year plan start? It was between 1951. The first 5-year plan started on 1951 to 56. This was the first 5-year plan. So in that case, who was the first chairman? The first chairman, this we usually know. So the first chairman was Jawaharlal Nehru. But who was the first deputy chairman? First deputy chairman. This also they have asked in the examination. So first deputy chairman was Gulzari Lal Nanda. So these are some of the points related to Planning Commission which is important for us to remember. Now, what was the function of Planning Commission? The Planning Commission, they formulated this 5-year plan. So they formulated this 5-year plan. So it was a non-constitutional, non-statutory body. It was responsible to formulate the 5-year plan for India. Now, why was the 5-year plan? 5-year plan, you can just mention it in 2 words. It is socio-economic development. Socio-economic development in India. So because of that only there was 5-year plan. So for every 5 year there will be a plan which will be drafted by the Planning Commission of India itself, and then according to that plan they will be trying to achieve that, or the government will be trying to make the policies, programs, schemes, etc. in order to fulfill those things. Okay, that was the 5-year plan. Related to 5-year plan, there is another important point which you have to remember. So this actual 5-year plan, not of India, the actual 5-year plan which was in Soviet Union. So who was the first person to implement that? That was Joseph Stalin. Okay, Joseph Stalin. They were the first person to implement 5-year plan in Soviet Union, and that was in 1928. So this Planning Commission, what we saw, the Planning Commission, okay, so the Planning Commission was making sure that they formulated the 5-year plan. So this started in 1951 as we discussed, and it was there till 2017, because the last plan which was there, it was in 2012. The last 5-year plan was the one which was in 2012, so that ended in 2017. So in the meantime only, in 2015 itself, the planning commission was replaced by the think tank called as NITI Aayog. This also we'll be discussing, but I'm just telling it right away so that we'll remember these points. So the planning commission, which came into a place in 1951, it gave its plan in 1951, the first 5-year plan, and it ended in the 2017, the last 5-year plan that ended its plan in 2017, which was in 2012. So 2012 to 2017. After that, in 2015 itself, they had made the NITI Aayog in 2015, which replaced the planning commission as a think tank. In this case, NITI Aayog came up with 3 documents. So in that, the first one was 3-year action agenda. 3-year action agenda. So this was in the smaller plans of 3 years. Then there was 7-year plan also. There was 7-year medium term strategy paper, 7-year plan, and then there was 15-year vision document. So these were to be done by NITI Aayog itself. So NITI Aayog is just a think tank. Okay, it is a think tank. Planning commission was an advisory body. Similarly, NITI Aayog is a think tank. At least till here it is clear, is what I suppose. So these are some of the points with respect to 5-year plan or planning commission which you have to remember. That is the factual points. So when we are talking about 5-year plan, that doesn't mean that the planning started in India only in 1951. No, it was not like that. It had started much earlier. So if we have to look at them, then there was National Planning Committee, which was set up by Indian National Congress in 1938 itself. So this also was the step towards it. Later on, the next step was there was Bombay Plan. There was Bombay Plan and Gandhian Plan. There was Bombay Plan and Gandhian Plan in 1944. This also was towards the planning only. Then there was People's Plan. In 1945. Okay, so this was post-war reconstruction committee of Indian Trade Union. It was of Indian Trade Union. Then in 1950 there was Sarvodaya Plan. In 1950, and this was by J.P. Narayan, Jai Prakash Narayan. I'll write it as Jai Prakash itself. Okay, Jai Prakash Narayan. So these were some of the steps which were taken in the direction of the plans itself. So in that line only, the first 5-year plan for the economic development of India, that began in 1951. But before that, before the inception of the first 5-year plan, there were theoretical beginnings. And if they are asking the plans like this, for example, if they give National Planning Committee by Indian National Congress, when did that start? Or if they give which arrange the following in the chronological order, then it is National Planning Committee first, then there is Bombay Plan and Gandhian Plan, then there is People's Plan. This was by the Committee of Indian Trade Union. Okay, this was by the Committee of Indian Trade Union. Okay, and then there was Sarvodaya Plan, and then there was 5-year plan. In case of 5-year plan also, we have already seen that it was integrated into the national economic programs, but first it was implemented in Soviet Union in late 1920s, which we saw it is in 1928 itself. It was by Joseph Stalin, 5-year plan in Soviet Union. So other plans before 5-year plan came into existence, which we have seen recently, which was Bombay Plan, etc. We will see some points related to that also, because that also will be important if they are asking directly about the planning in India. So first one is Bombay Plan. Let's see about the Bombay Plan. Now, what was the ideology behind Bombay Plan? The idea behind the Bombay Plan was to abolish zamindari system. Okay, it was to abolish zamindari system. abolish zamindari system. If they ask in case of match the following etc, it will be easier for us. Okay, so the emphasis itself was also on industries in order to eliminate the hardship which the population is facing, and it was caused by the inflation as well. So in order to abolish the zamindari system and promote industrialization, the Bombay Plan came into existence. Next important plan for us is Gandhian Plan. Okay, Gandhian Plan. Now, in case of Gandhian Plan, there are 2-3 points which you have to remember. First one is who drafted the Gandhian Plan. So the Gandhian Plan was drafted by Shriman Narayan Agarwal. Shriman Narayan Agarwal. Shriman Narayan Agarwal. So this highlighted economic decentralization. Okay, I'll just write it as decentralization. And because it is Gandhian plan, it is related to cottage and small scale industries. Okay, so cottage and small scale industries, small scale cottage. Okay, that was related to Gandhian plan. Gandhian plan, it was drafted by Acharya Shriman Narayan Agarwal, and the economic decentralization was the focus of Gandhian plan, and the promotion of small scale industries and cottage industries was also the focus of Gandhian plan. Then there was People's Plan. In case of People's Plan, who drafted People's Plan? In case of People's Plan, it was drafted by M. N. Roy. M. N. Roy drafted this People's Plan, and this was for 10-year period. 10-year period. So the People's Plan was drafted by M. N. Roy for 10-year period. Here the focus was on agricultural development. Okay, next one is Sarvodaya plan. In case of Sarvodaya plan, who drafted the Sarvodaya plan? It was drafted by what we have seen as Jayaprakash Narayan. I'll just write it as JP Narayan. In this case also, the priority was agriculture. Along with small and cottage industries. Okay, additionally it also recommended for decentralization and then participatory planning, etc. So these are some of the points with respect to 5 years plan which you have to remember. So let us end the first part over here. In the next part, we'll discuss about all the 5-year plans and what are the important keywords with respect to them which we have to remember. So we are just discussing on the basis of prelims perspective. Okay, to answer the questions which they are asking directly. Okay, so thank you. I'll see you soon in the next one.